my name is Rachel. I'm here with THC Design. Really happy to be here. And then personally, we're gonna get into a 10-minute flow. I go with the Crescendo prior to these flows, but any strain will work. Find a comfortable position and get into your breath, into your body, and we'll get into it. So you can sit as I am on your shins if you'd like to. You can sit up straight, you can lay down on your back, whatever feels comfortable. And then let's go ahead and start to get into the breath. So once you empty out, take a full breath in, inhaling for 4, 3, 2, hold at the top on 1, and then through the mouth, exhale, ha, for 4, 3, 2, hold at the bottom on 1, and then again, inhale for 4, 3, 2, hold at the top, and then exhale for 4, 3, 2, holding at the bottom. And then you can start to find a steady breath in through the nose, sealing the lips out through the nose. And then just trying to create some mindfulness within your space and your mat today. A few deep breaths on your own. Expanding through the belly, the chest, the lungs. And then exhaling, emptying all the way out. And then from wherever you are, you're gonna eventually meet me in a tabletop position. Palms are spread out wide onto the mat, shoulders over wrists, hips over your knees. The tops of your feet are into the ground, so shoelaces side are tapping down. And then once it feels comfortable, shrug your shoulders away from your ears, start to sink the belly down, tailbone lifts up, gaze goes all the way up to the sky, push the mat away, broaden through the collarbones. And then as you exhale, dome and round the upper spine, tilt the tailbone under, point the frontal hip bones toward the front of the room or the front of your mat, and then make like a cat in your upper spine. And then inhale, slight bend into the elbows, curl the tailbone up, let the belly sink, look all the way up. And then as you exhale, dome and round the spine. Perfect, and then go through a few of these on your own. So personally, I really like to take hip circles to the right, kind of getting through what might be stuck in there. You might feel some pops, you might not, and then you might be tighter in some areas and not in others. So just try to pay attention, check in. Personally, I like to put my forearms toward the front of my mat. I plug the heels of my hands in and then I just lean back, especially if you type all day. It's just a really good practice to help loosen that up. And then once you take even hip circles to the right and to the left, come back to a neutral spine. And then as you inhale, firming the left palm into the mat, take the right arm all the way up toward the sky. You can take some wrist circles if you'd like as well. And then as you exhale, take the right shoulder down toward the left knee, just to get a really nice stretch into your outer right shoulder. You can place your hand up toward the front of your mat. You can place it up at the sky, and if you want to, you can always wrap it around and take a bind, holding on to the inner of your right thigh. And breathe, take a full breath in. Exhale to twist and rinse a little bit deeper. And then from wherever you are, take your left hand, place it back into the mat, and then inhale, right arm comes all the way up. And then exhale, moving on to the other side. So place the right arm down, firming through the right palm, inhale, left arm up. You can start to take some wrist circles. And then as you exhale, thread the needle, left shoulder comes down towards your right knee. And then same thing on the other side. So explore into your left shoulder. You can take your right palm and place it toward the top of your mat. You can have it floating up into space, or you can take it all the way over to your left thigh and take a bind. Trying to keep your hips square. Take a full breath in, expanding through the belly, chest, lungs. And then as you exhale, twist and rinse just a little bit deeper. Whenever you're ready, take that right palm back into the mat, press it through, inhale, left arm comes up, and then both palms into the mat. So from here, curl the toes under, press into the mat with both palms evenly, and then have the knees hovering off the mat just an inch. Shoulders and hips are the same height. Pull the belly in toward the spine, engage your core. Hold for 3, for 2, and then hips come up and back on 1, downward facing dog. You can start to pedal out the feet here, but paying attention to your foundation, even weight between both palms. making sure that you're trying to avoid shrugging in your shoulders. So draw your shoulders away from your ears toward your tailbone. And then think about pulling the tailbone up toward the sky. You can take a slight bend into your knees here. Your down dog might not look like mine. We're all built super differently. And if this feels uncomfortable to have your feet at hips distance, I personally really just love to take a little break in my low back and spread them out to the edges of my mat. Take a full breath in. Audible exhale, sigh it out. And then if your feet are hips distance, go ahead and take them to the edge of your mat. Taking another really nice twist, press deeply and firmly into your left palm, and take your right palm and come up onto your fingertips, tenting it. And then when you're ready, take your right palm and grab on the outer edge of your left ankle if you can reach. If that's not accessible to you, you can always put your hand on the mat as a twist. And then if your hand's reaching on the outer edge of the left ankle, just start to bend through the right elbow to get a really nice twist into your spine. Full breath in. Let it go. And then other side. So press firmly through the right palm, tent up onto the left fingertips. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, grab the outer edge of the right ankle or palm onto the mat or onto the floor. Whatever feels good. Full breath in. As you exhale, you can start to bend that left elbow to deepen your twist. And then on the next inhale, plant both palms evenly. Take your feet back to hips distance apart. And then inhale, trickle forward, rolling through the spine just as we did in cat. Dome around the upper spine, meeting me in a plank pose. So shoulders directly over your wrists, heels over your toes, firm through the quads, pinch your butt, pull the core in. And then as a modification, you can always take your knees down, uncurling the toes. We'll do that first. And then going into a chaturanga, inhale, shift forward. And as you exhale, allow your elbows to scrape the side body until you reach your belly all the way onto the mat. From here, make sure you uncurl your toes and then take both palms and tent them up on the edges of your mat right in line with your shoulders. And then inhale all the way up into a version of an upward facing dog. And then as you exhale, dip the right shoulder down. Get a really nice stretch into the outer right shoulder. And then inhale, coming through center. Exhale, left shoulder dips down. Get a nice stretch. And then inhale, back to center. And then as you exhale, come all the way down. Hands get placed onto the low, or right near the low ribs. And then inhale all the way up into an upward facing dog. You can put your weight onto the tops of your feet, or you can just stay right here. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, hips come up and back into downward facing dog. I personally love rolling onto my toes, but if that's not accessible, you can take whatever feels good into you and your body. Perfect. We'll do a few more of those, just vinyasas to warm up the body, stretch into the hips, and then do a brief meditation, and then you can start your day. So inhale all the way forward into a high plank. And then this time you're welcome to put your knees down, or you can come all the way into a chaturanga. And then inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Hips come up and back. Perfect. Take a full breath in. Sigh it out. One more time. Inhale onto the toes. Ripple forward. Dome the upper spine. High plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Perfect. From here, inhale, right leg lifts all the way up. Square off the hips. You can keep the left heel down, or you can pop it up. I really like to pop it up. Good. Take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, take your knee to your nose, and then step your foot between both palms. Perfect. From here, left knee comes down. Uncurl the right or the left toes. Inhale all the way up, baby crescent. Perfect. So your shoulders stack directly over your hips here. Your front knee stacks directly over your front ankle, and your weight is spread out through all 5 toes. Inhale, arms can come up, or you can interlace your fingers and place them on your thigh if that feels more comfortable. Take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, pull the right hip back, left hip forward. You should feel a really nice stretch into the front of the left hip. Full breath in. Let it go. Perfect. And then from here, place both hands onto the inner edge of the right foot and then start to toe heel the right foot all the way toward the right side of your mat. So you should feel a little bit of a different stretch here into the inner edge of the right thigh. And then from here, you're welcome to stay, or you can come onto your forearms. Personally, I am on the more flexible side, and my body does like this pose, so I like to take my left forearm, put it at diagonal, and then roll onto the outer edge of my right foot. Taking my right palm, I place it on the outer edge of my right thigh to then really get a stretch into the outer right hip and inner right thigh. Take a full breath in, wherever you are. Sigh it out. And hold just for a few breaths. Whatever feels the most comfortable for your body and your mind today. Last breath. And then from wherever you are, place both hands into the mat, curl the left toes under, and then draw your right foot back to meet your left, high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Let it go. Inhale, left leg comes up toward the sky, other side. So again, squaring off the hips, engaging the left butt cheek. And then you can take your right heel down or pop it up. I love popping it up. It gives me more range and mobility. Full breath in. And then as you exhale, knee to nose. You can try to kiss it if you want, and then step it through both palms. Again, just as we did on the other side, right knee comes down, uncurl the right toes, and then inhale, arms sweep up toward the sky. Trying to get some length within your spine. Same thing here, so you can take your fingers, you can interlace them and place them onto your thigh, or you can have them up toward the sky, whatever feels good. You can have them on your hips even if you like. And then start to tilt that right hip forward as you pull the left hip back to get the stretch into the outer right thigh. Take a full breath in. Sink a little bit deeper while maintaining height within your spine and length. Perfect. Take another deep breath. And then from here, both hands place on the inner edge of the left foot. Start to toe heel the foot out again. All right. And then from here, again, you're welcome to stay exactly as you are right here. You can come onto your forearms if you want to. And then again, I take the same option on the left side as I do on the right, although sometimes your right hip might feel really different from your left. So you can take your arm, you can take it at a diagonal, come onto the outer edge of the left foot, and then left arm up. And then you can place it on the inner edge of the left thigh. And then take a few deep breaths here. Again, you can explore, so if it feels good to kind of move within your hips, that's good. The nice thing I really like about the Crescendo is it actually does bring me onto my mat and not everywhere else that my monkey brain is. So like the other day I was doing yoga and this felt amazing. So it kind of encourages you to play more. Last deep inhale. Sigh it out. Wherever you are, place both hands evenly into the mat. Curl the right toes under. Back knee comes off, and then left foot comes back to meet the right. Inhale forward, exhale Chaturanga. Inhale upward facing dog, and then exhale to downward facing dog. Great, take a few deep breaths here. Lengthening through your breath, creating space within your belly, your chest, your lungs. And then whenever you're ready, come forward, knees come down and out to the edges of your mat. Toes come together, sit the hips back to meet your heels. Spread your arms out all the way forward into a child's pose. Forehead comes down into the mat gently. Take a full breath in. Audible exhale, sigh it out. And then from here, I want you to take your left palm and really have it all the way over to the right or the left side of your mat. And then take your right palm and hook it all the way over your left. And then exhale, sink deep into the right hip to get a nice side body stretch into the right side. You can let the head come down onto the mat. Full breath in. Exhale to sink deeper. And the next inhale, come back to neutral. Take the left palm, hook it over the right. Inhale to lengthen. And then exhale to fold. Taking a nice stretch into the left side body. Breathing space into your left lungs. Full breath in. And then exhale to sit deeper. Perfect. Next inhale, come all the way back to neutral. And then coming into your tabletop, you can come back to seated or you can lay onto your back. Here we're going to do a brief meditation. And then you are good to go into your day or into your sleep. So from here, you can lay on your back. Personally, something that I love to do that I feel like not a lot of people often do is I like to go into my belly and then I take both palms down and then I just lay my forehead onto my palms. It's a really good way to just sink in, be present to your body. Nice alternative to standard Savasana. Or you can be seated, you can do whatever you'd like. So find a comfortable position. Personally, also, I like to have a weighted eye pillow or a blanket over my eyeballs, but whatever suits you is perfect. And then from wherever you are, start to inhale through the nose, filling all the way up, expanding through the belly, the chest, the lungs. And then audible exhale, sigh it out. And then do that a few more times on your own. Creating space within your lungs, within your mind. And then I want you to start to do a quick body scan. So first take attention to that little space between your eyebrows and notice if you're furrowing it and see if you can let that go a little bit. So through your inhales and exhales, see if you can release tension in any part of your body. So maybe your tongue is glued to the roof of your mouth. Maybe you're clenching your jaw. We hold a lot of tension in our hips. Maybe you might be gripping there. See where you can create space to let go. And then coming with me on a box breath, at the next exhale, completely let everything out. And then inhale for 4, 3, 2, hold at the top for 4, 3, 2, and then exhale for 4. 3, 2, hold at the bottom for 4, 3, 2, and then again, inhale for 4, 3, 2, hold at the top for 4, 3, 2, and then exhale for 4, 3, 2, hold for 4, 3, 2, and then let your breathing go back to neutral in any way that feels comfortable for you. And then just be. You can stay here for as long as you'd like, or you can go about your day. But thank you so much for joining me in this small flow today, and have an amazing day.